No, look, there's I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy.
But I'm gonna go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back.
Canelo Álvarez reacts to Terence Crawford's knockouts by showing respect for his skills. He admits Crawford did a very good job against Errol Spence, making the win look surprisingly easy. However, Canelo also points out that Spence is the only major name Crawford has truly beaten, questioning the rest of his record. Looking ahead, Canelo says everyone will see what happens when they meet in the ring, leaving fans eager for answers.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Canelo hints that he already understands Crawford's techniques and style, showing confidence in his preparation. He adds with a smile that Turki Alalshik will be very upset on fight night since he will be standing in Crawford's corner, making the showdown even more intense and personal.
You're going to be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey is in your corner, but
promise you.
But look, it's going to be very difficult. He's going to be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
Canelo's decision to bring in Jiren Ennis for sparring is being seen as a very smart move. Johnny Ortiz explains that Ennis is the closest match to Terence Crawford's body type and fighting style, making him the perfect training partner. This allows Canelo to study Crawford's rhythm, movement, and physical advantages in real time while sharpening his own timing and defense. At the same time, Ennis gains priceless experience by working with a veteran like Canelo, which adds to his own development. Ortiz sees this as a rare situation where both boxers improve, making the setup highly strategic.
Makes sense, and it's definitely a good experience for both. Eddie Reynoso and Canelo, shout out to them because now it shows that they serious with a real game plan, and Boots is, to me, everybody's a perfect opponent. I wouldn't say opponent, perfect sparring partner to have to replicate Crawford because they both switch hitters and stuff like that, and they got dog in them and reflexes for sure. So it shows Canelo serious, and on Boots end, to be able to spar a Hall of Famer, top tier guy is giving him great experience, and you could tell he really wants it. It's a sport where Boots is getting an opportunity to spar a Hall of Famer. Who cares? In reality, what the fuck loyalty does Boots owe to Crawford when it comes to the sport of boxing? I mean, Crawford didn't do shit even back while Boots was trying to get his opportunity when it was Spence and Crawford. Every time Boots' name got mentioned, you heard the Bud Clowns be like, oh yeah, he don't deserve it. Oh, who did he fight? Oh, who this and that, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. It's like different shit that you need to be woke up outside of boxing. Boxing is a sport. There's shit that we need to really come together. I didn't see y'all come together like 5 years. The Bud Clowns, because it's real fans, the Bud Clowns is bashing PBC. Everything Boots, when you bring up Boots' name, putting him down, I didn't hear like, oh yeah, instead of fighting Canelo or fighting this person, he should fight Boots.
Jose Benz highlights how valuable Canelo Alvarez's decision is in choosing John Boots Ennis as a sparring partner. According to him, Ennis mirrors Crawford in several important ways, including physique, movement, and style. By having someone with similar attributes in training camp, Canelo can mentally prepare for the type of fighter he will face on fight night. Ben Bitz also argues that Crawford's smaller size compared to Canelo will play a role when they meet in the ring. For him, training with a physically strong and stylistically comparable partner not only boosts Canelo's confidence, but also makes him believe he already has the advantage before the opening bell rings.
To give Canelo maybe a little bit more confidence that he is sparring somebody really good, and this is a really good fighter, and I think that would be a good motivation, for Canelo Álvarez. I just think that Crawford is too small for Canelo. I think Canelo's too big for Crawford, but in my opinion, I think if Crawford could maybe just tap, hook, get out, maybe once in a while throw a straight punch and just win by points and use his legs, I think I see him winning by decision. But if he tries to exchange with Canelo Álvarez, I think he's gonna make a mistake and he's gonna get hit with one shot and maybe he can get hurt and that would change the whole fight, But I think he's faster. Crawford is faster and a straight punch, get out, Don't stay there to throw or try to trade with Canelo Álvarez.
Okay, fair to say. Fair to say. Now, do you feel like when it comes down to the demeanor of making that decision of bringing it in, does it show that he's taking this camp perhaps a little bit more serious than others? I mean, what do you think about just the move per se?
It's very difficult to say. He's never brought anybody really good to his camp until this time. Maybe he's lacking enough confidence, or maybe he just wants to use them to trick the people, or it's very awkward and very funny that he brought Ennis to his camp, so but at the end of the day, they know what they're doing, and we got to respect that. And I think
Terence Crawford has never been a fighter who backs away from challenges, and his preparation for Canelo shows how carefully he approaches strategy. Crawford acknowledges the difficulties of fighting larger opponents, but insists there are effective solutions. The first is to push bigger fighters backward, something they are often not comfortable with because their size and strength usually allow them to dictate the pace moving forward.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, which was obviously on Netflix as well, the biggest concurrent view was, I think, 65 million. So at one stage of a time, 65 million people were watching that fight, which is crazy, hence why it broke Netflix servers. I do wonder what this does. I think it does around 10 to 15, which is still an incredible number. The problem with these two, and I was saying this morning actually to Gareth A. Davis, there's no antagonizer here, is there? No one is willing to play the role of the bad guy, the heel, the bully. And you almost need that a little bit. Jake Paul was actually quite smart in the way in which he promoted the Tyson fight. Obviously, look, it's Mike Tyson. But it was promoted so well where Jake was willing to be the guy that, I'm going to fuck up the greatest fighter of all time. He was willing to kind of say all those things and play that role. So people almost tuned in to see him get chinned as well. Neither of these guys are playing that role. Neither of these guys, I don't think, have crossed over massively to non-boxing fans. I mean, to us, they're like gods. But to non-boxing fans, I do wonder how much people know them.
Forcing them back breaks their rhythm. The second strategy is to drain their stamina and exploit flat-footedness, a weakness common among naturally heavier fighters. Crawford's understanding of these tactical approaches reflects his high boxing IQ. He knows the path to victory requires more than toughness. It requires the ability to turn disadvantages into strengths. His training camp has been built around these principles, sharpening both conditioning and tactical precision for the biggest challenge of his career.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You can either try to push them back, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back, so it kind of fucks them up in the head,
Yeah.
Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's two ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now, Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. You know, Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now, the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo.
While much of the build-up has focused on rivalry, Terence Crawford has shown admiration for Canelo Álvarez's place in boxing history. He openly respects Canelo as one of the last representatives of a golden era. Canelo fought and shared the stage with those legends, something Crawford recognizes as rare. For him, taking on Canelo is not just about belts or records. It is about testing himself against someone who has carried the torch of boxing greatness. By framing the fight in this way, Crawford adds depth to the storyline.
He does struggle to cut off the ring at times. We saw that in the Skull fight. And he does load up on single shots now. But at the same time, Crawford is not the same pure boxer that Floyd Mayweather was. You know, Mayweather rarely got hit in that shell. And his form of countering, you know, a pull counter, for example, was, I'm not going to get touched and then I'll make you pay. Whereas Crawford's style of counterpunching is different. Bud will take one to throw 2 or 3 back. And he can't do that against Canelo because of the size and power difference. If Bud takes a clean right hand to throw back an uppercut or a hook, he's either going to get dropped or he's going to end up on his bike like Jermell Charlo. So while I do agree Crawford does have the superior skill set in this fight, but because he doesn't have the size to push Canelo back, or the defense of someone like Mayweather to stay perfect for 12 rounds on the outside, I do think Canelo's size and power will make the difference in this fight. And that's why I like Canelo to win.
Antonio Tarver frames the fight in terms of danger, emphasizing that Canelo only needs one clean punch to change everything. His point is that Crawford might be the more active or technically gifted fighter, but Alvarez's power is the ultimate equalizer. Tarver has been around the sport long enough to know that one mistake against a puncher like Canelo could end the fight instantly. This warning serves as a reminder that no matter how skilled Crawford is, he must remain flawless in execution for every second of every round.
Listen, I call Canelo out because, like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. You know, the Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and you know, the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights. You know, so this is my mega fight. This is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight an all-time great like Canelo.
Andre Rozier highlights the significance of Canelo's decision to spar with Jiren Ennis, stressing that it shows how committed Canelo is to preparing thoroughly. For Rozier, bringing in such a high-level fighter demonstrates respect for Crawford's skills. Canelo is not overlooking the challenge. He is building his camp with the kind of sparring partners who can push him in ways similar to what Crawford might. Rozier believes this attitude underlines why Canelo has remained a champion.
In the ring with Canelo Álvarez, Terence is not going to see anything that he hasn't seen before. No, he hasn't seen this beast on fight night, but he's seen versions of this beast for a very, very, very long time. People have said that he's a blown-up 147-pound fighter. If you remember, he said it was hard for him to make 147 when he fought Errol Spence Jr. I was like, yo, how is that possible? I didn't realize like he was really doing everything that's needed to gain the weight properly. Most fighters don't know how to gain weight and fit into a weight class properly. He's done that.
Mike Perry shares admiration for Terence Crawford's talent, but ultimately sides with Canelo, citing the unstoppable force of Mexican power. His remark underscores the cultural pride and identity Canelo brings into the ring, carrying the expectations of an entire nation. Perry's comment also touches on lighter moments surrounding the fight build-up, referencing Crawford's interaction with Turki Ayalay. While meant humorously, it adds personality to the narrative, showing how every detail in the lead-up becomes part of the larger story.
And Canelo only needs one punch. You know what I mean? That really, basically, that's what it boils down to. I think Canelo only needs one shot to change the game or change the fight. Crawford gonna have to stay consistent and win out. Gonna have to get ahead and stay ahead. You know what I mean? And then also looming is the controversy. Can Crawford win a close decision? I could never win a close decision. I never won a close decision. That's what's looming. I think if Crawford is going to guarantee victory, he got to stop him.
A man who ain't been stopped.
He got to stop him, bro.
It's challenge.
So that's going to be the challenge. So I like Bud. I've always loved Bud, bro. But he in for a hell of a fight. If Saul show up, boy, Saul show up, it's going to be problems. You heard me?
Not all experts agree with the idea that sparring with Jiren Ennis perfectly prepares Canelo for Crawford. Some analysts argue that Crawford's uniqueness cannot be replicated. They point out that Terence has brought in some of the best minds and talents for his own camp who provide elite-level insights. These analysts believe Crawford's preparation may even be superior as his training is built around versatility rather than imitation. The claim is that while Canelo sharpens himself against someone similar to Crawford, the American champion is equipping himself with strategies from multiple brilliant sources. This clash of preparation styles highlights the complexity of the fight. It's not just a battle in the ring. It's a battle of ideas, strategies, and the environments that shaped each fighter's readiness.
To get ready for Crawford?
I would think it would be because he's ambidextrous, as is Crawford, so it can do nothing but help him. And he has Yolendis Hernandez also helping, another fighter who is ambidextrous, so it helps. And we just want to see him do what he has to do, because this is a great fight.
Who were you initially taking? Is it Crawford, or who were you initially taking?
I think I'm always under the direction of the bigger, better man. And Canelo's the bigger guy in this fight. And Crawford is my guy. It's just two weight classes and everything else. It's going to be tough. But if anybody can bring some energy to this, it'll be Crawford.
Does Canelo bringing Boots into camp, does that lower Crawford's chances to you?
It doesn't help. I'll tell you that much. It's a very, very astute move to bring someone who switches from lefty to righty. Big, strong young man, very fast, capable punching power. It's going to be a help. It'll be a help for him.
Champion for so long. His willingness to adapt, prepare, and test himself in training is what sets him apart. This seriousness is what gives fans confidence that the fight will showcase the best version of both athletes, as neither man is leaving anything to chance.
I'm going with the Mexican power. I think, I know Terence is tough, you know. He's an incredible fighter, but I'm going to go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
Boots Ennis don't talk about nobody. He stayed on himself. He stayed in Philly. Yeah, we as supporters and them people as fans, I'm nobody's fan, feel that he may have dug Virgil Ortiz or Virgil Ortiz dug him. But hey, man, Jerron Boots Ennis don't even give off that type of energy to be out there and to be out there wilding. The man trying to fight Canelo. What's wrong with him getting work with Canelo, bro? That's priceless work. That is sparring. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Andre Ward. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Shakur Stevenson. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Lester Martinez. The man got mad people up there in camp, bro. Mad people in camp. Let that man Canelo get his sparring partners. Y'all got to be up over there scared. Y'all got to be up over there musty. To culture by wearing a Gucci belt. He sold out to culture by wearing a Louis Vuitton belt. We got to stop, bro. We got to stop. Niggas pick and choose when they want to be Malcolm X. Niggas pick and choose when they want to be Huey P. Newton. Niggas be straight up there, up in a white club, looking for the girl with no rhythm. Yeah, her right there. She don't dance good enough. I think I get stopped, bro. Y'all got to stop, bro.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next.